It's Friday, folks, and we are for real, for real. That's right. I'm here with Eric Hicks of Game Over NYC.
Hey.
What's going on?
All's good, man. All's good.
Man, we got to show a little time, but we got to go over it real quick. All right,
Let's go.
We'll talk about basketball legends. They're still playing. They're still young, but we want to talk about one of the top high school basketball players to come out of Brooklyn in the last 10 years was Sebastian Telfair, known as Bassie.
Bassie, Lincoln High School, quick as lightning. I mean, a scorer, a terrific ball handler. Had some personal experience with him with a thing we did called Hoops for Heroes. Not only was he a great basketball player, he was a great kid. He was always personable, always pleasant. Yes, sir, no, sir. I really like Sebastian. He was one of my all-time favorites as far as a player and a person. And championships, too, with Lincoln High School.
Three
of them. Go ahead, Bassie. He's in China right now, though. Right. He's in China right now trying to renovate or rejuvenate his pro career.
His NBA career, what would you say about it?
I say his NBA career was a little disappointing. Sebastian is one of those kids that probably could have did better with a couple of years in college. But I heard there was a $12 million deal from Adidas on the table the day he graduated high school. Forget college, baby. Take that $12 million.
He's the first New York State player and the last New York State basketball player to go from high school to the NBA.
Absolutely. Yes, sir.
All right. Next up, Lance Stevenson. What was his name? What was his nickname? Firstborn, newborn?
Oh, okay. Born ready.
Born ready, yeah.
Let me tell you about Lance Stevenson,
and
I'm saying this in a kind way.
All right.
An animal.
Okay.
Lance Stevenson was a man amongst boys when he was in high school. I mean, he was an animal. He could snatch the ball off the backboard, take it full length of the court, and dunk right in your face. I got to watch Lance Stevenson's entire high school career over at Lincoln High School. Lance Stevenson was something else, man.
He was one and done, University of Cincinnati?
One and done, University of Cincinnati. Went on to play for the Indiana and still currently playing for the Indiana Pacers, which I think surprised everybody because Lance Stevenson has a fiery personality. He's a fiery player, and I think people kind of thought that this guy wasn't mature enough to make it in the NBA. Still has some issues, but he's proved a lot of people wrong.
And Larry Bird behind him, can't go wrong.
Larry Bird behind him in a triple-double machine, too.
All right, cool. All right, up next, let's talk about the Nets, where they are. But first, before we get to them, Prokhorov, there was some rumors, I know it's been out there for a while, that he might move the business to Russia because he's going to run for office.
This is a front office move that may have to take place. It's a lot to worry about, nothing. I mean, just kind of put it on the back burner. I think the NBA has put it on the back burner. Kind of comply with regulations that have to deal with running for office in Russia.
And also, plus, next year, the Nets are going to play a preseason game in China. So there is some global significance to globalizing the game.
But David Stern's dream long before this was also always to take the NBA global. So that's really nothing new. And I don't think that this is really anything. With the issues that the United States has with Russia right now, we're going to have to watch it carefully because with sanctions, it could affect things in the future. But right now, I don't think it's anything to worry about or even really talk about.
Basketball diplomacy, you can always send Dennis Rodman. All right, let's move on.
Right.
Nets, so far, they are in second place right now.
Nets second, third place. I mean, third place. Okay. And the Nets are going to be okay. I mean, we should see the Nets get out of the first round. The Nets have really come together, even though they took a terrible loss against the Knicks about a week ago. I think the Nets are going to do all right. They're starting to get healthy. Kevin Garnett is in and out of the lineup. But even without Kevin Garnett, there's enough veterans and enough talent on that roster. Like we said from day one, for these guys to do well.
Tonight they play Atlanta. Their last game is on the 16th against the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Well, look, isn't it kind of ironic that the Knicks have to hope that the Nets beat Atlanta and the Knicks win in Toronto in order for the Knicks to still have a shot in the playoffs? I think it's kind of ironic, but the Nets deserve what they got, and the Knicks are deserving what they get. It's
almost like three-card monty.
You got it, man. You got it.
Let's talk about college. The issue of college athletic unionization continues to have legs of its own. I mean, you just had the kid from University of Connecticut, Shabazz Napier, said he goes to bed hungry every night. This is the kid that just won a championship.
The players. Come on. This is an equation that's been unequal for a long time. A lot of people say, oh, they get a scholarship, it's worth $100,000 a year.
They are getting a scholarship. They're getting free room. They're getting free board. Now, I mean, you got to go with that.
Let me tell you something.
And food.
I'm not knocking a college degree because I have one and you do too.
He should have a good he should have had a good girlfriend that could feed him at night.
Let me tell you something. A college degree is almost, in this situation, like a lottery ticket. It gives you the opportunity to possibly be successful and be some things. These deals that these colleges sign with, or the NCAA signs with television networks and video game companies and all kinds of apparel, these things are guaranteed dollars. The college player gets nothing that's guaranteed. You get an opportunity to be successful, but the money that they get off the backs of these kids is guaranteed.
You said you had a story about Stephon Marbury's father.
Well,
The
back
late-
in
the
the
late-
day,
the late Stephon-
I remember
his father
Stephon
passed.
Marbury's father sitting next to me at the Adidas ABCD camp, and we were talking about the exploitation of college players.
This is when Sebastian was in. I mean, this is when Steph was in college.
This was Steph was still in high school,
high
but he had two other sons that had gone through the high school
Right.
NCAA experience, and he just kind of felt back then he was way ahead of his time. So I salute him. He back then he felt that there should be fairer compensation, that his kids were being exploited.
All right, what's going on at the Stidome?
Brooklyn Stardome, once again, man, everything has happened. We got Free Fitness Friday, which is tonight, 7:30 p.m. You got free Zumba, baby. Free Zumba. Come in, get your Zumba on. We got 7 weeks of basketball camp coming up this summer. Every Saturday, we got our basketball clinic led by the legendary coach Mike Anderson, special guest Ted Gustis, Rob Holford. We got some of the best coaches in the New York City metropolitan area that come into Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn for free.
All right, cool. Thanks, Eric Hicks. Next week, hopefully.
Thanks for having
All right,
me, man.
up next, the owner of a culinary business at a new food incubator in Sunset Park. Back after this.